Welcome to Little Lessons. We're here to teach you about a country in just 5 minutes, bringing you all the things you didn't know about the places you didn't know existed. Today we look at the Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland. So first things first, where is Eswatini? It's a small landlocked country bordering South Africa on 3 sides and Mozambique on the east. It's only around 30 miles from the coast in its northeast corner. The climate is tropical to temperate across the country, dependent on altitude. The seasons are the opposite of those in the Northern Hemisphere. The landscape is made up of mountains and hills with some low-lying plains with wildlife in abundance, including lions, elephants, impala, and rhinos. The Kingdom of Eswatini is one of the world's last remaining absolute monarchies, although in actual fact it's an absolute monarchy diarchy. 2 members of the royal family rule the country together. However, it is the king who is the official head of state. He has many wives and children. Eswatini has a population of 1.2 million. It's also a very young population, with more than 1/3 under the age of 15 and almost another 1/3 between 15 and 29 years of age. The country has a very low life expectancy and a higher than average death rate, which is due in part to the prevalence of HIV and AIDS in the adult population. The disease is widespread, and despite efforts from the international community to stem the spread, affects almost a quarter of the population. As a result, over 58% of the children in the country are orphaned or classed as vulnerable. One reason for the spread of the disease is linked to lack of money for education and healthcare in the country. Eswatini has experienced economic growth, so it's classed as a lower middle income country. However, this tends to benefit the elite in society, leading it to be the most unequal country in the world. The GNA per capita remains less than $4,000, in comparison to the UK, where the GNI per capita stands at $44,000. Africa is home to 7 of the 20 most unequal countries, including neighbouring South Africa. Eswatini has its own currency linked to the South African rand. This is so important due to the ties the country has with South Africa in terms of trade and employment opportunities. A large income source in the past was asbestos mining, which once dominated the landscape, but has now declined to almost zero. Asbestos, a once commonplace building material, is now outlawed in over 66 countries due to its severe negative health consequences. One area of growth for the economy, however, is in tourism, and it is hoped that a tourism boom after the COVID crisis may help lift the Swazi people out of poverty. Visitors can experience the rich cultural heritage of the country, adventure sports, or a jam-packed safari. Politically, Eswatini has established diplomatic relations with a number of countries, but most notably with Taiwan, and is in fact the last African nation to do so. Links are also strong with the US and the UK, major donors to the country. All of these political goings-on happen in one of its 2 capitals. Yes, 2 capitals. One is the administrative capital and the other the royal capital. However, it is Manzini that has the largest population of over 110,000. So there we have our second lesson. Eswatini, still popularly known as Swaziland, one of the last absolute monarchies, struggling with a HIV/AIDS epidemic and great inequality, but a beautiful country with a hopeful future.